Hey guys, how are you doing today? And welcome back to another BoxyCharm video. This one is not gonna be late. I just got this yesterday. I'm doing it today, so it won't be late. This video isn't late, I promise. And for this not late BoxyCharm, here's the card. Theme is harvest. Do really love this. Fall, autumn, that type of year is my year. I'm also Libra, so that's probably why. But I just love the rain. Also why I love Seattle. Rains all the time here. Enough about that. Let's get started on the card and what's in this month's box. We've got this tiny beautiful palette here. We actually got two palettes in this box. This one's the Natasha Denona Peak palette and it retails for $48. Let's just say it's 50, 10 bucks a pop on these shadows. They better be good. Not like I don't already have like a huge collection of Urban Decay single eyeshadows just sitting over there on my beautiful dresser. I'm sorry, I love Urban Decay. I'll spend all the money on Urban Decay. I don't fucking care. They were my original favorite luxury brand. Like them and MAC, because I used to wear a shit ton of MAC lipsticks all the time. And then I discovered the beauty of liquid to matte lipsticks and my whole world changed for the better. But I'm gonna stop ranting now because I know that these BoxyCharm videos always take forever and are always so long anyways. So I'll hurry for you guys and read the card about the palette. A 5-pan palette featuring Natasha's essential everyday warm toned eye pigments that she mixes and matches from her favorite palettes, all organized and wrapped into one. Composed of both creamy matte and metallic formulas from the cult classic Biba, Safari, and Sunrise eyeshadow palettes. You'll find yourself reaching for this all season long. Yeah, I could honestly see any of these colors being used in any season. You have like a really nice warm like reddish orange here. Good for summer or fall. You got a nice deep brown and like kind of more of a mauve here. Definitely more of like a winter kind of thing. And then you can just go bright and glittery for spring because that's kind of what spring starts out as. It's like all the pastels and the bright colors. Next product. This is the Earth Harbor Naturals Helios Anti-Pollution Youth Ampule. Something like that. I hope I said it right. And this retails for $48 as well. And the card says, named after the powerful Greek deity of the sun, Helios Anti-Pollution Youth Ampule is an almighty ambrosia brimming with ultra-repetitive plant stem cells and a fountain of youth-preserving red algae astaxanthin. I don't know if I said any of that right. Restore antioxidants, balance skin pH, and smooth fine lines and wrinkles. I need that for sure. I definitely have a very movie eyebrow situation. So I've got many fine lines in my forehead area. Do also in my eyes. But that's what eye creams are for, not this. And here's what it looks like out of the package. I'll be trying this out in a little bit. I think someone just started mowing their lawn. So if you hear that in the background, I'm very, very sorry. So if that disturbs me reading off our next product, this little guy, I'm very sorry. This is the Jouer Cosmetics Lip Enhancer. And it retails for $17. Infused with good-for-you clean ingredients, this lip enhancers offer a smooth, silky formula that will protect your lips from environmentally damaging elements while providing lasting hydration. I don't get chapped lips too often, mainly just right along the inner line here where your lips meet your like actual inner mouth area. Sorry, that was a little weird of an explanation. Sorry. And this is what the little bottle looks like. Just a really, really simple, like pearly white. Next up, we got this really pretty palette called the Esmeralda palette by Beauty Creations. And this retails for $14. Like I said, second palette, so we got two whole palettes to try out this time. Very weird. Packaging very much makes me think of Christmas though. Just gonna say that right off the bat. Red and green, I love those colors, but I hate having them together because all it makes me think about is Christmas. But let's read what the card says about it. It's probably not Christmas related. This palette is named after Beauty Creations CEO and embodies her boss babe side. There you go. So the Beauty Creations CEO's name is Esmeralda. Sorry you clearly like Christmas so much. You know, just throwing a little shade, sorry. It's the perfect everyday look palette with a mixture of nudes, greens, and even hints of muted yellows to add a pop of color to your day. I think I love Esmeralda. Her idea of everyday shades consist of greens. You were my bae. I might have to buy all of your makeup now. This 15 shade warm tone palette contains both mattes and shimmers. And so you guys can see the difference. Sleeve, just random sleeve. Here is the back of the sleeve. It is cruelty-free and it just has the ingredients. Warning, not tested on animals. Disclose use if irritation occurs. Same thing on the back of the palette. And as for the inside, boom! Do you see 2 greens there? A black. There's her yellowy tones, but she's got like a good mix of kind of everything. Warm tones, cool tones. Nothing all too neutral, except for like maybe this one, but it seems like it might be a little more on the warm side for a neutral. But everyday palette for just kind of general use, I think it's a pretty good shade range. Last but not least, we've got this Bodyography 2-pack eye pencils, and this retails for $16. Hopefully y'all can see that, but I got the colors Onyx and Walnut Black. So just a very, very dark brown and a black. And the card says, these super smooth coconut oil infused pencils glide on without dragging at the delicate skin around the eye. Good, because I don't need any more eye wrinkles. These pencils are rigid enough to provide a crisp, clean line, yet can easily be smudged during application for a smoky effect. Now that we're done reading about all the products, we can finally get this review going. And like I said earlier, our first product to use is that Ampule serum, whatever it is. But before that, I wanted to show you on the box. It has all these beautiful symbols telling you it's gluten-free, vegan, plant-based. It's a woman-owned company, small batch made. I don't know how important that is, but apparently it's important enough to have its own symbol. And at the top it says purely natural, ethical, C active. On the back here it says pretty much the same thing as the card said on this first paragraph. And then it says for the ritual, which I assume is their directions. For a hyper-concentrated treatment, apply 2 or more drops to your skin after cleansing and toning as needed. I cleansed, I did tone, and I did my eye products already. And that's all I've done so far, no moisturizers or any other serums yet. If using another treatment and or moisturizer, massage Helios until absorbed. For daily skincare cocktail, add 2 or more drops to any Earth Harbor serum, facial oil, or moisturizer morning and night. So it sounds like I'm definitely gonna want to let this sit in for a minute or so. And as you can see, it's just a clear serum, so the bottle is definitely this ombre, which I really, really like. I think when I'm done with it, I'm just gonna peel the sticker off and like display this bottle somewhere. I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that. I like more gothy looking things. Like I've got this old jar of bath salts. All the bath salts are gone. I used them, did not smoke them or whatever it is that people used to do with them. And I just kept it. And it's Nightmare Before Christmas theme, so how could I not want to keep it? But enough of that. Let's actually put this serum on my face. Start off with a drop on each cheek and then on my forehead there and just see where that goes. I think I'll need more. Those 2 drops really don't go very far. That 1 drop did my forehead very well though. They were really small drops too, like not huge at all, so I probably could have done even bigger drops than that and been fine. Ooh, it smells really good. It's not a strong scent. What is that scent? It's a very nostalgic. What is that scent? I may have to think on this for a minute. But I'm gonna just sit here and rub this in for a while. And when I think it's thoroughly rubbed in and before I go and do my other skincare products, I'll come in and show you guys how I'm looking. Alright, so I've spent about another minute rubbing it in, and then I spent another 5 like huffing this bottle. Something about it makes me think of going to the beach and going swimming. Like those are the feelings I'm getting. It's kind of, the scent is somewhat reminiscent of sunscreen, but very mild and like you already jumped into like the ocean and that's kind of what is left of the sunscreen, you know? Or maybe those are just memories in my brain making me think that, but kind of what it smells like. I'm sorry if I'm weird. Well, I'm not sorry because I know I'm weird. I can't help it. So sorry, not sorry, but sorry. So let's try out this lip enhancer next. I think the box says something different than the card did. This Ultra Ripped Lip Moisturizer nourishes and conditions your lip with the help of Maxi Lip, Vitamin E Shea Butter, and jojoba seed oil. These good-for-you ingredients offer a smooth, silky formula. It does say on the back where the ingredients are that it's cruelty-free, which is nice. And then the ingredients in 2 different languages, so guess there's nothing. Ooh, I like immediately got a scent out of that. It must be very thick because I'm like squeezing and nothing's coming out. Oh. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that again. So there we go. Yeah, it's a very thick consistency. And it kind of smells like if I mix some coconut oil and herbs together, or like grass. Mainly kind of a grassy, dry, leafy smell, but it's very thick. She is thick goyle with 3 C's, easily 3 C's. Not sticky though, which is good. So now I'm gonna go and do the rest of my face routine and I'll be back to try out the makeup products. Hey guys, I'm back and my face is nice and hydrated and primed, and they're still mowing outside, so I'm sorry if you can still hear it. But now we can finally move on to the most important part, is actually doing our eyeshadow. I'm going to start off with the Natasha Denona palette. So the first color is called Aya. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but it's this little white color here. And I'm just going to use that to set my eyeballs. I'll use the Beauty Creations palette as my mirror. So far, so good. It's definitely a nice neutral pale white. Just a little update. This is the fallout after doing both of my eyes for that white color. Hardly any at all. So now I'm going to slowly build up that crease. And I'm going to go in with this color. There are no color names to this palette. Really fucking hate it. Like, even on the back, there are no color names or anything. So for this one, you guys are just going to have to go with what you see. And again, just trying to darken up my crease with that color. That first little swipe through didn't seem like it did too much, and that second one I did seemed like it did a little bit better. A little bit darker. Not by much, though. Update on that one. Definitely a little bit of fallout on the actual pan itself, and you can tell it's really kind of scratching into the pan. My brush is definitely picking up what's falling out, but definitely seems like these are going to be a little bit softer, or at least this color is definitely a little bit softer. Just going to do a tiny bit underneath too, why not? But those two are like definitely two totally different colors. I would have assumed there'd be a little bit more of a shade change, you know? But maybe this darker brown will. This one is called Thorn. A little bit of fallout already. Definitely seems darker. Oh yeah, barely touched it. It's definitely darker. Didn't want it that much darker, so let's disperse it nicely, right? I feel like this brown's giving me just the tiniest bit of trouble trying to blend in. Like, it's doing it, but I feel like I definitely have to work it just a little bit more than I usually do with my shadows. And I just feel like I can still kind of see where I stamped it in on this eye a little. And I barely touched the skin, but it's not too bad. I've definitely had way worse, like won't blend whatsoever, you know? So on the blending scale, I'd give it like a 7. Let's finally start dipping into these greens. I'm gonna go in with this matte green here. This one over here is shimmery, just a little bit. I'm really gonna green out my outer corners with this one. Yeah, that green, pretty pigmented and definitely blended out really easy. A little bit of fallout underneath, not a huge deal. They wiped away fairly easy. Again, I can see it like definitely being a little bit soft in the pan when you pick it up, so if you're gentle, it's not too big of a deal. But I know some people hate any kind of fallout whatsoever. Gotta get the lower lash line. The next color I'm gonna go in is with that shimmery green now. And I'm gonna fill in the rest of my lid. Ooh, see that fallout? Did pack it on just a little bit. So be more careful than I am, that's for sure. Blew away a little bit. Still gonna need to get a big fluffy brush. It's not the most shimmery shimmer in the world. Like, the only ones that look super shimmery in this palette is this one really, and kind of this one. The other ones just look a little more satin, pearly, shimmery. So I do wish that they had a little bit more shimmers in this palette for sure. Like actual metallic-y shimmers. But maybe I'm one of the few who actually really like metallics. See if this fallout brushes away easily. Not really. Maybe it's just sticking to my primer. I don't have any kind of face powder on today like I usually do. Don't feel like doing any sort of actual face makeup today. I think I had a little bit of highlighter on this brush. My cheeks are now sparkly. So if you notice any sparkles that weren't there before, that is why. I was gonna use this shimmer, but I feel like this more bronzy shimmer might look a little better. I wanted to give this one a try, but oh well. I'm gonna go in with this one instead because I just think it'll look better. This one seems like it's soft too, but my brush definitely picked it up. Holy crap. And I'm just gonna holy crap highlight, holy crap my inner corner, holy crap. Again, a little bit of fallout. So if you are someone who does their foundation first, maybe don't with this palette. That added a lot of sparkle, holy crap. And this fallout isn't being very easy to take off right now. Again, I think it's my fault, so I'm not going to hold it against the palette. But damn. Yeah, little seems to go a long way with this one, so only tap a little bit in with this shimmer, and you get significantly less fallout that way. So I found a use for this shimmer. I'll just use it to highlight my brows. Why not, right? Because if I try to use that guy, oh no, no, no. There we go. Something a lot less crazy. Nice, light, and shimmery. Hopefully you guys can pick it up like I am. And I really stabbed into this guy in the pan too, and there's like no fallout in that pan. Can't say the same for this bronzy one, but if you just touched it lightly and that's really all you needed, you had plenty and it didn't do any of that fallout. So time to use the very last shadow. Yes, I know. Using more eyeshadow still? Your whole entire fucking eye is covered. Yes, I'm gonna use this black to just do my brows. Oh god. Yeah, that's a pigmented black. I barely touched it. I always like really gently touch any black eyeshadow because you really never know. And some are just like way too pigmented and not enough blendability. But let's test out that blendability right here. I use kind of whatever's left on my brush just to fill in the front. Seems to go all right. I don't have a blocky brow, right? I think it looks good. Now we're gonna move on to our last makeup products to try, the black and the brown eyeliner. So I think what I'm gonna do is take this and align my upper waterline with it, just because I feel like that one, ooh, pointy. Brand new pencil is pointy. At least on the waterline, it doesn't seem to be the most super pigmented. It actually feels a little dry. I'm gonna line my upper line as well a little bit with the black. Definitely not going on the most pigmented. Maybe this is supposed to be more of a charcoal and not a black. No, it goes on there pretty black, but again, I pressed pretty hard to do that. Shouldn't have to press that hard on your eye. Did the box say they were a smooth formula? Super smooth coconut oil infused pencils. Super smooth my asshole. I just tried out some freaking eyeliners that were a lot cheaper. Yeah, I'm just really not impressed. Not going on smooth, and it's not leaving me with the best of lines either. Smudgy isn't the right word I'm gonna say, but the edges aren't the most beautiful looking. Really had to kind of perfect it to get it to look good. It's been drying for a few minutes now, but it's definitely smudgy. I'll try to smudge out the other half here in a few more minutes. I'm gonna try out this brown one and see if it does the same thing. I'm going to use it on my lower waterline. Again, not the most pigmented, but it's building up and doesn't feel the smoothest. Try to kind of smudge out my lower lash line here with this brown. Point on it kind of hurts. Gave this guy a little swatch to do as well. I don't know what's wrong with these eye pencils, guys. I've tried other bodyography pencils and I didn't have trouble like this. Like, I look good though, at least. But that application was very annoying. So I'm gonna go finish off my makeup look, and hopefully when I come back, these guys will have had ample time to dry, and maybe we'll see if they smudge extra or not. But yeah, not the happiest with that bodyography liner. Hello everyone, I'm back, and this is how the look is going. I went with a very warm highlighter today, holy crap. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about these eyeliners first, because fuck these guys. Like, seriously? Fuck them. Way too annoying to apply. I know it's only a $7 eyeliner or whatever it was, so they were $8 each. I've had $7 eyeliners that work way better, going way smoother. They smudged way less and just all around felt like just worked better. Bodyography, I don't know what is wrong with you. Because I got this one. This is their Bali Bronze Bodyography liner. And I think it works great. Like, that was pretty pigmented. It's also not like the most wet formula I've tried or like the most smooth formula I've tried, but it's still way smoother than these dry pieces of shit that were just grinding against my eyeballs. TED Talk done. Thank you for coming. So first off, we'll talk about the Natasha eyeshadow palette. I think it worked out really good and the quality is really good. I just think it's definitely a little bit too pricey for what it is. 5 shadows for about $50. Like I said, I know I said earlier I got all those Urban Decay ones and they're like $18 each. But come on now, this is like a palette. I spent the same amount of money on a palette that has easily 3 times the amount of shades in it that work just as well. Not to mention we got this palette today for $20. Pans may not be as big, but I still got so many more colors out of it and I felt like they worked just as good as the Natasha one did. So again, not saying the Natasha one is bad. I know Natasha Denona is a more luxury brand, but still. Then again, like, I don't even go out and buy the MAC cosmetic, like tiny ones that I think are also $50 or close. Like, fuck that. I prefer to get more bang for my buck and keep the quality up there, and we have so many indie brands these days that are a lot cheaper for the same quality. So I just saying, in my opinion, for my cheap ass, I wouldn't bother. Next up, the lip enhancer. This little guy definitely was a thick goil. And damn. And I really felt the hydration. I'm always trying to rub my lips together as well. So a lot of these guys don't tend to last very long on my lips, but I easily had this still very wet on my lips, even when I went to apply my lipstick. And usually by the time I get to that point, most chapsticks I use are pretty much gone off my lips, where I felt like I still had a decent bit on here, and it hasn't really affected my lipstick either, which is good. So another 10 out of 10 for me. And as for a little bottle of Helios, I think it worked out pretty good. Again, face serums and moisturizers and things like that. Hard to get like a good first impression on it because it usually takes time, but it felt pretty good and it soaked into my skin really well. So let's hope it makes my wrinkles go away. And I guess that's it for this month's Boxy Charm review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We don't have any cleansers or anything that's supposed to be long wearing that I need to test, so I'm just gonna end it here. So if you guys want to see more from me, I got a lot of social medias listed down in the description box below, so you can follow me on like Instagram or Twitter or all that good stuff. And if you liked today's video, I hope you give it a thumbs up and sub to my channel, or maybe even leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.